What's up, guys? Happy Monday. Today's Monday, so we're gonna cover some basics. Right now we're looking at charts, and it looks like Michael has something for us here. So it looks like he caught a buy opportunity down here, which looks like that was a smackaroo. So shout out to you. And I also see a possible sell zone in here as well. So let's go ahead and check that out. Let's go ahead and go to the levels. But first and foremost, guys, um, because we're going to be looking at charts today, right? This is usually a beginner session. We do take the time and break things down, but because we're not going to go over the setup today 100%, because again, guys, every call, every Monday, I break down the setup. So even if you're 2 weeks new, 3 weeks in, a month in, you guys should have at least 2 to 4 pages of notes on the setup, right? So if you guys do not, I mean, I can't really do much for you. You guys should be putting in the work and taking these things, right? Um, so that it's super important you guys start taking the notes and having things on you, because there are going to be days where I'm like, you know what do you guys need to do? Some people want to go ahead and look at charts and get feedback on their trade opportunities, and that's good, guys. If people want feedback, that means that they're ready to go ahead and get going. So I like that. But let's go ahead and focus on what's going on right here. Let's look at his chart. I'm not sure what you were looking at exactly. Maybe you're looking at a lower time frame. Let's go to the 15-minute. And maybe you can walk me through what you were looking for here, because it did look like you were looking at buys. Did you catch this buy?
Yeah, I was talking the whole time. I was muted, bro. Yeah, so the
Oh,
buy I caught was on the 5 minute that I actually bought it. That I seen what we had. We had some. We had this. There's if you see, there's a little bit. It was the liquidity with the sweep of the liquidity right there over here on to the left. Yeah, right there. And I had just had it in a zone, and I was looking on the volume profile, and I use EMSs as well. So when they started coming in, that's when I was like, all right, so we're in my zone. We're looking at a market, like a market switch. And that's when I actually entered into the buy off the 786. We had a little bit of a push down to the 886, but then, I mean, it just pumped. And so that was what I was looking at on the 5 minute, that setup right there. And then
mhm.
on the 1 hour is when I was looking at the sell opportunity for the zone that it's in right now.
Yeah, we'll look at that. We'll look at the 1 hour in a bit. But I do like this structure for sure for continuation. So if we go back up to the 1 hour, especially in the last couple of days, right? USD JPY has been pumping in an upward trend, which means we could be looking for some possible buy ideas. Now, he was looking for buys within this section here. So let's go ahead. He said he was on the 5 minute, and I do see exactly what he was saying. So let's go ahead and break that down. Let's drop back down to the 5. Now, I do like this structure, right? Guys, for our vets that are on the call, when we're in an uptrend, what head and shoulder do we like to play with? The regular head and shoulder or the inverted? If you guys want to unmute, that would be great.
We like that inverted head and shoulder.
We like the inverted head and shoulder. So when the market is going in an uptrend, higher high, higher low, higher high, when we're looking to continue up higher, the best thing we can do is look for buys. Right now, when it comes to the inverted head and shoulder, this is what we want to look for. We want to look for structure to be broken to the downside, possibly even some liquidity being built up. Once we get that last break of structure or liquidity sweep and we shift and continue higher, guys, that right there is what we want to see. Sometimes it takes time, right? Let me just go ahead and put this right here, right? Because this would be my higher high and this would be my higher low, right? But inside of this structure, there is more structure. BOS, BOS, right? So it's important that we mark that up and pay attention to that. Now, once we get this change of direction, it's game time, right? It's game time. We get the break of structure to the downside, right? Bearish BOS. We also get the bullish change of direction, right? Bullish change of direction. Now, once we see this play, right? It's again, guys, we have to wait for this, right? We have to wait for this to appear. But once we get this, we are now ready to start looking at some more buy opportunities. And I like to focus on my shoulder zones. Let me just delete this. I like to focus on the shoulder zones. My stop loss would be at this low. So my setup would look something like this. Right? Entry at that blue box, stop loss at the red line, my low with the minimum 1 to 3 risk to reward. So when the market wants to make its way back, we're looking to take some opportunities and shift that market in the trend, in the direction it was already planning on going. Give me a 2 if that makes sense, guys. Now, we go over this right here every call, whether it's a basic or an advanced call. Why? Because this is exactly what we want to see. This is my setup every single day, right? Every single day, we're looking for something like this for an opportunity. Now, as we go back down here, I see the setup. I'm seeing the bearish BOS or the liquidity sweep, however you look at it, however it makes sense to you. That's exactly how I want you to look at it, right? My bearish BOS with my bullish change of direction. Right
Could you
now,
use? Oh,
go
my
ahead.
bad. Could you use the fib right here, bro, or no?
You can. Every head
Okay.
and shoulder setup, you can always use the fib. Now, again, for me, I'm always like, it's never. What the heck did I do? It's never like I'm just using it for extra confirmation. I'm not using it for an entry. For me, I'm always using structure as my entry points. But if you like this for extra confirmation, guys, feel free to use it. But same rules apply. When we have our setup, right? We have the head, we have the change of direction. Now, once market starts to come back for us, that's where we start pulling out the fib. Now we draw it from the head or the low to this high. Now, of course, we want to already look for some buy opportunities around here. And you're going to see sometimes, guys, that the 7-9 and the 8-8-6 is going to almost overlap sometimes, right? That's why for me, I'm never really using it as like a, okay, that's my entry. So just take that with a grain of salt, right? But yes, same rules apply. So when the market comes back, I'm looking to take opportunities. Now, if it can touch the 7-9 and 8-8-6 zone, that would be great. And we're looking to shift the market up. Make sense, guys? Let me go ahead and pull the chats real quick. Make sense, famo? Let me know, because if it doesn't, I'll go ahead and break it down another way.
Oh, real quickly, bro. I'm so sorry. How do I avoid getting outwit? Because I'm not gonna lie, I got like outwit 3 times today, bro. And I had the exact setup. Like it came to the 7.9, 886, bro. It's been tragic, bro.
If you can find me, well, depend. Are you playing on lower time frame or are you playing on higher time frame?
I've been messing around on the 1 minute low key and the 5 minutes.
Okay,
So
so that's the thing, right? Look, you have to understand, which is okay, right? Everybody's gonna take
yeah,
their losses and understand, but like when you're playing on the 1 and 5 minute, guys, you have to understand you're literally playing the smallest game possible inside of a big ass game. So manipulation and things like that are going to happen. But if you can go ahead and find me a setup that where you got manipulated, send it in with the link.
I bet.
That way I can go ahead and cover that for you, bro.
Okay, sure.
Yes, sir. So if I pull my fib out from the low to my high, boom. We can see that. Oops, wrong one. We can see that our 7-9 and 8-8-6 pretty much overlaps my shoulder zone, which is kind of what we want, right? Which is solid. But for me, I'm still looking at my left shoulder. And if I delete this, right, guys, let's focus in right here. Let's focus in. Would you guys consider this a breakout rally? You guys tell me.
Yeah. You get to the
it closed over the last
Yeah.
bearish candle.
Yes, sir. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bullish candles. And we do break and close above this black line, which means this last selling candle is my starting point. Would you guys agree?
Yeah.
Yes. So if I box this candle up, Notice how the starting point and the shoulder zone are overlapping on each other. Now, again, if I pull out the fib, and again, I only use fibs for confirmation, if I even use them, to be honest. I never really use them, to be real, because I just focus on structure. But we can see that the 7-9 and 8-8-6 are literally overlapping on both of these zones, which is a good thing. Now, when we come this way, right, I would like to enter at this right shoulder. And it all depends on what you like, right? Are you a starting point trader or are you a head and shoulder trader? It all depends on what you like, right? Now, my stop loss is at the low with the minimum 1 to 3 risk to award. And guys, we talked about liquidity last week. Can anybody see liquidity on this chart that we can target?
Yeah, the top wick right there on the red.
If anybody can draw it out, if you guys can draw it on my chart, I would love to see it. Well, so just the wick wouldn't necessarily be liquidity, right? If it goes hand in hand with a couple wicks like that, right? We have trend line right here. If you guys can delete that, that would be great. We have trend line liquidity right here, which means we have a target point to go higher. There's money. People are selling. People are counter trending, right? They're looking for sales while the market is bullish. Blows my mind, right? But now we have the upper hand, because as soon as we get this change of direction, look what happens. Head, change of direction, the market starts to build liquidity. Now, this is a good thing for us. That's a good thing. These are target points now. So as soon as the market wants to go ahead, give me an opportunity, I would look to continue with this trend. So if I'm looking at this, my highest piece of liquidity would be here. So if I'm looking to hold past my 1 to 3, well, guys, let me just make it I need to make this clear. You guys, even though we're looking like we can possibly hold to this, we need to be taking partials, breaking even when it's time to take partials and break even. Everybody unmute and let me know y'all understand that. So as we go ahead, y'all don't understand that?
I
Oh,
understand.
All right,
Pretty
appreciate
good.
it.
Yeah, could you go over it one more time?
I got you.
Thanks, man.
Let me break it down right here. All right, so this is 1-to-1. So if I'm risking $10 to this black line, right? I'm also gaining $10. Whatever I'm willing to risk, a 1-to-1, my profit would be whatever I'm willing to risk. So if I'm willing to risk 10, a 1-to-1 would be $10. Now a 1-to-2 would be $20. 1-to-2, $20. But at this point, I'm not breaking even again. I'm taking partials. Now, what taking partials is pretty much taking money from the trade and putting it into your trading account. You're taking money off of the trade or investment opportunity and putting it in your trading account. Give me a 2 if that makes sense, guys.
Is that like taking profit?
It's pretty much taking a piece of
the
your profit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's taking a piece of your profit. Right? So I don't want to take everything. If I'm up $50, I could potentially make more. So what I want to do is I'm gonna go ahead and take 25, right? Get me a nice, meal at In-N-Out or whatever the case may be, fill up some gas, right? Put it into some possible crypto investments, whatever the case may be, and I'm gonna let the rest run. Does that make sense, Yanni?
Yeah, but how do we do that once we're in the trade? Like,
okay, there's a specific way inside of Trade Locker. In my opinion, Trade Locker is the easiest, but it'll say when you close the trade, it'll give you an option to close, and it'll say partial trade or close completely or close out 100%.
oh yeah,
Right.
yeah, I've seen that.
Okay, so what you do is, let's say you are putting in a 0.10, right? 0.10, and maybe you're up $50. What you would do is, let me just visually show you guys. Let's say you're up $50 and your lot size is 1.10. I'm gonna take $50 out of my trading account and I'm gonna leave $50, or I'm sorry, I'm gonna take $25 out of my trading account and put it into my, I'm gonna take $25 off of the trade, outside of the trade, and put it into my trading account. And my lot size should drop to half. So 0.05. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Let me know, guys. So I should actually update this real quick. 25 out the trade. 25 still in. Lot size 0.05. So I'm still in the trade, right? But I just took a little bit of profit. Make sense, Yanni?
Yeah.
Make sense, guys? Let me know if that makes sense, guys.
Yes, sir.
You're welcome. Yep.
Yo.
Makes sense.
Awesome. Now 1 to 3, right? Same rules apply for my 1 to 3. Especially if I'm looking to target these highs. If I'm looking to target these highs, I need partial points. I'm just not going to let the market run. I want to take as much money from this market as possible. Right? I want to take as much money from this market as possible. So this was a good trade. Market smacked our starting point. Definitely tapped into that 886, bounced off my right shoulder, and this was a nice smack. It continued the trend. It consolidated a little bit. Now, look, this is where I can see somebody getting break even, right? But that's okay. It happens. It happens, right? You're up 1 to 1. You should already be at break even. Market hits 1 to 2. You should have taken partials. Now, again, guys, this was a 1 to 3. So technically, if you stuck to your 1 to 3, did we win this trade before the market came back?
Absolutely.
Yes, we win that trade.
Yes.
This is why we like to focus on 1 to 3, right? You should have been out of that trade completely with all the earnings. But you know what? You wanted to go a little bit more to get that 1 to 4, 1 to 5 risk to reward, right? Because you see everybody in the powerhouse just smacking, right? But sometimes, guys, 1 to 3s are meant for you. 1 to 6s, let those guys eat. Focus on what's on your plate. There's no need to be greedy. We all get greedy, guys. Like, there's nothing we can, like, that's a habit within every one of us, within every person on the face of the earth, right? And again, yes, Isha, don't get too cocky because the markets will humble you. When you've been smacking 1 to 1s, 1 to 2s, 1 to 3s, 1 to 4s, 1 to 5s, you want to continue growing your risk to reward. You're like, well, Vinny keeps saying 1 to 3s, but I'm smacking 1 to 6s, so I'm just going to stick to 1 to 6s. But things like this happen to where you would easily win a nice trade, 1 to 3, but because you wanted a little bit extra, you got hit break even. But at the same time, guys, like, you can't be mad at this, right? You should have taken partials. You should have, like, this trade was already a winning trade, right? You were able to break even, which means now this trade is risk-free. And 2, you were able to take partials twice, right? Because if this was our take profit, it definitely hit this take profit line. I'm sorry, this take partial line. So if you didn't take partials and you didn't have good money management, that's on you. I can't click the buttons for you. I can't grab your phone out of your pocket for you. Like, we all have to practice this. And it sucks that sometimes we have to learn the hard way, right? You're like, well, you know what? I'm busy right now, or, I'm kind of lazy. I'm at the gym, whatever the case may be. Well, things like this will happen and it'll be frustrating. And that right there it's going to make you want to start practicing the things we need to do. I think the trailing stop, he trails his stop loss.
Yeah, I was talking about Jack. Remember Jack? He's like crazy.
Oh, yes.
Crazy sniper. I was like wondering, how does he think like for this then? Because I know I feel like he just has like an eagle's eye for like crazy snipe. I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
He just follows his strategy, bro. I don't think
just experience.
It's experience. It's understanding what you like when you back test. And the thing about Jack, guys, is he's very detailed oriented. So like he's probably jotting down all his trades. He is documenting all his trades. He's noticing he gets 1-to-1s, 1-to-2s, 1-to-3s very, very easily. Right. So that's where he's finishing. He is maximizing his skill set with everything that he's known. A lot of us, though, when we're beginning, we're like, okay, I know enough to make money, but that's not enough to keep it. It's not enough to keep it, guys. It's enough to, like, in my opinion, trading isn't that hard, bro. You can understand, you can learn the starting point. You can learn smart money. You can learn the head and shoulders. It's not that hard to catch an opportunity. Anybody can make the money, but it's hard to keep it if you don't practice money management. Everyone is different. Stick to what works for you. Every strategy works. You just need to know when to take profit and stop trading. 100%. And the thing about Jack, guys, is he studies a lot. Like, he is very coachable, very, very coachable. Right now, I believe he's being mentored by Valentino, right? Which, I mean, it makes sense to why he's so good, right? The guy's getting mentored by Valentino himself. So, but the thing is, he got Valentino's attention by plugging in, by asking questions every single day. So how does Valentino not work with this guy? Make sense? Like, the same thing with me and Oren. I got mentorship from Oren. Why? Because I plugged in every single day. I asked questions every single day. I sent in charts every single day because I wanted the feedback. So I was able to gain one-on-one mentorship with Oren, right? A lot of us are just asking for take profits, TPs, and setups, and this, and that, right? So we have to continue to grow. But this right here, Michael, was a pretty good trade. Super, super good. Ended up hitting break even. But it happens. In my opinion, was definitely a winner, though, because it gave you a 1-to-3 and you're able to take profit. I'm sorry, take partials. So that's fire. In my opinion, that's good.
Yeah, I also got in on the retest. Like, if you notice right there where it came back to the retest, we had a break of structure to the upside with that one big bullish candle, those 3 bullish candles that came in, and
This
then
one?
I got in on that to the to the left. Nope. Those 3 that broke the structure right there. And yeah. And then when it came back to retest right there, that's when I got in again. And then I hit a 1-to-4 on that one.
Clean, my boy. Clean, my boy. Now let's jump to, well, I'm seeing this right here, right? I do see this, and I had the same zone that you have. The only thing is we haven't really got the confirmation to continue selling yet, right? So right now, guys, this is what I'm seeing. We have break of structure to the downside. We do have the BOS. Market is heading down. Market is selling in this particular area, right? Market was bearish. We do have a break of structure to the downside. Levels is even letting us know. So if we match this arrow, this colored arrow, with this bears button, it should pull out a starting point zone. Boom. Levels is saying, oh, this was a smack too. You could have been in from here. Now, levels is saying, hey, we have a possible sell zone. Now, in my opinion, that's fairly clean structure, right? Clean break of structure, clean starting point. Market builds liquidity right under that, right? Get the BOS, market starts to build liquidity. Market starts to build liquidity. We're just hanging out now, building up money, right? Building up money. And then what happens? Market taps into the starting point, my sell zone, and the market continues and just continues to sell. It literally did what it was supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Which is solid. Now, the next possible sell zone would be here. And I like this as a left shoulder. And there's also a starting point inside of that. Now we're on the 4 hour, so it's not giving us an arrow, but this is for sure a starting point. We have a liquidity sweep. This wouldn't necessarily be a break of structure because we don't have, a full body close above, but we have a wick that was thrown up above and then it instantly changed direction. Guys, those are also head and shoulders. It does not have to be a full-on body, especially when we're looking for sales. Like, we're already expecting sales, right? Consolidation. We threw a wick boom, and then instantly dropped. Guys, what does that look like to you?
Liquidity grab.
Like a liquidity grab. That liquidity grab gave us a head and shoulder opportunity. Now, if we drop down, it'll look a bit more clear. Can anybody see it? Who can see it?
I see it, bro.
You see
We
it.
can
go.
see it, Vinny.
Let's go. We have left shoulder. What are you looking at right there exactly, bro?
Sorry, bro. The liquidity grab or the
Oh, yeah.
liquidity sweep. My bad.
Yes. Right. Money is being built up right here. Now, this resistance zone, that's my left shoulder. Once we clear liquidity, this liquidity sweep, this manipulation now becomes my head to my head and shoulder. Now, as soon as we change direction, we now have another sell opportunity. My stop loss would be this high, and I would be looking to take some possible sales to continue that bearish momentum, right? But the thing is, it hasn't given us the sell confirmations we're looking for yet, right? So we do have the break of structure. That's step one, right? We do have the BOS. Now, what are we waiting for extra confirmation, guys, to look for some more sales?
We need a change of a direction to the downside.
Change of direction. Yes, Shawnee, love it. We need change of direction for sell opportunity. Yes, Nova, need change of direction for sell opportunity. If the market does not change direction, the market can definitely keep going higher, which means, you know, we can just, let's make this red. We can save ourselves a loss, right? If you were looking to test trade this zone, then, you know, it is what it is. It's, I'm sorry. I got confused with the comment Michael put. Was it, who was it?
You
Was
good,
it not
bro? You good, bro?
Oh, my bad. So yeah, we're not looking for sales unless it breaks to the downside. Now, what do we have right here in this section? We have a bullish breakout rally, and we have a starting point right here. As of right now, the market is respecting the starting point. Yep, retest starting point. But it's hanging out right here. So they can hang out right here all night if it wants. And tomorrow we can go ahead and continue up. So if it does not break and close below, we can continue to the upside. So if you haven't entered any sell opportunities yet, it's okay. I'm personally still waiting myself. We have not gotten those confirmations yet. So just keep that in mind, guys. As I go to a higher time frame, give me a second. What's up, Josiah?
So the starting point is the red candle before the green rally, right?
Yes.
Right there. Okay.
The starting points will always be the last opposite colored candle before the breakouts. So this is a bullish breakout, and usually, you know, well, on levels, right? They're green candles. So these are green breakouts. My last opposite colored candle would be the red candle.
Okay.
So the last selling candle before the bullish breakout rally is my starting point.
Same thing with sells too.
Yes. So if it was just like this, right? Let's go back over here this way. Let's go back to the 4-hour. Because this is a sell opportunity, right? All the candles are red. My last opposite colored candle is the green one before my bearish rally breakout. That's my starting point.
And you measure based on the wicks, right? Like no matter how big
I
they are.
measure based off the wicks. Yep, from the top of that candle wick to the bottom of this candle wick.
Okay.
Right, that's what I'm looking for.
All right, thank you, bro.
Right, so we have not, of course, we have not gotten any confirmation right here just yet. So keep that in mind. Let's go to the daily real quick so we can look at the bigger picture. Let me see. I do see this that was respected. That was a smacker. Right now, we do have break of structure to the upside, and then a BOS that happened here. So the market may disrespect this area and go a bit higher, but I would be looking to see if we can take some more sales right here. Right, that would be my next head and shoulder. It doesn't look as clean, but that's okay. Right, that's okay. That's what the market is giving me. But yeah, I would be waiting for this. So just keep in mind, guys, if we do break and close above our setup that we're waiting for here, we can possibly just look for more buy opportunities. And when it gets to this area, we can go ahead and start looking for some sells. All right, so keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Now, again, guys, because we already got sell confirmation right here, the market can definitely play around in this area. So I'm just going to be patient. I'm just going to be patient because even though, let's go back down to the 1 hour, even though it hasn't given sell confirmation yet, what if the market goes a bit higher, right? We get another break of structure to the upside, which means this starting point was a smacker. Okay, cool. And then we get the change of direction happening here. So what if we have left shoulder, head, and then we get this change of direction? If we can get something like this, I would be more, likely to look for some sells. So we honestly have to this red line. If the market can change direction before it breaks and closes above that red line, we can now start looking for sell opportunities. But if the market just continues to break structure and we break and close above, then you know what? When the market comes back to this area, I would be looking for some more buy opportunities off of the starting point here. Make sense? Why? Because the head and shoulder just got violated. And we know because we looked at higher time frame, where there is a possibility of going higher, we can go ahead and look for the market to come back, make its way, give me an opportunity so we can shift to that higher sell zone, right? But we have to be patient. If you guys did not enter in this buy down here, it is what it is. We're just waiting now. So we're either waiting for sell confirmation or we're waiting for buy confirmation. We have to wait. There's no point in trying to be too aggressive right now. We just have to wait. But does that make sense, Michael? Because I know this is your pair that you're looking at right now.
Yeah, no, man, that makes perfect sense, bro.
Awesome.
I haven't entered into any sales yet. I've been waiting on the confirmation as well. So like sitting on the hands.
Awesome, bro. It does look pretty aggressive in this area though. So with that also being said, I'm just gonna be patient, bro, to be honest. But yeah, that buy was good, bro. That was solid. Shout out to you. What pair do you guys want me to look at? Patience.
Nasdaq?
Yes, sir, Chris. You said what? Oh, I'm sorry. You did send something in, huh? Let me see.
Oh yeah, I sent something in with the gold chart, but yeah. This is tragic, bro. This is on a
Okay.
5-minute chart. Oh, sorry.
This is gold. Okay, so look, this is the thing, right? Is gold bullish or bearish right now?
It is overall bearish, but like right now it's bullish.
Okay, let's go. Let's go check. Let's go check. Does anybody else have another bias?
I feel like gold's push right now.
In my opinion, I also think gold is bullish.
Yeah, because hit an all-time high of 3,000.
Yes, which
Yeah,
means the
so-
market, like, I don't know, y'all tell me, the market looks definitely bullish, right? Market's
Yeah,
going
Well,
up.
that boy looked like a rocket ship right there.
Yes, sir. In the time frame, yes, definitely. Now, for me, we're on the daily time frame, right? So the market is possibly selling back down, giving me a pullback. We have a break of structure to the upside here. BOS. We have a starting point right here. Easiest one to find, right? Levels is even telling me blue arrow. If I match the blue arrow with the bulls button, levels is helping me find these zones. So let's go ahead. We'll close this. We'll make this blue. Now, does anybody see another opportunity in here? Anybody see using structure? If you can see it, mark it up. I want to see what you see. I'm thinking more down here.
I don't know how to draw, but we could catch the retest off of that break of structure, filling that imbalance.
Okay, you're talking about this, right? I'm looking at the inverted head and shoulder,
Right.
right? Notice how we have a BOS to the downside right here, or liquidity sweep. I'm just gonna put liquidity sweep.
I think I probably need to reboot. Like my jaw tool is froze.
No, you're good. You're good. Liquidity sweep, and the market continues. So this right here would also be an inverted head and shoulder. If we're in an uptrend, we want to see inverted head and shoulders. So if the market wants to make its way, right, again, this would be higher high, higher low, higher high. If the market could make its way back down to create a higher low, that would be great. We'll have a higher low, and we'll continue with that trend to make new highs. Right?
Yeah.
I'm liking this if the market can make its way. But now let's drop down, because now we have higher time frame targets, right? So if the market wants to make its way down, okay, cool. That's fine with me. I'm not worried about it. Let's go ahead, wait for the confirmation. Boom, we got it. We'll shift the market higher. All right, now let's drop down to here. Drop down to 4 hour. Okay, let's drop down to your 5-minute opportunity and see why or where you got taken out. It was right here, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Right here. Okay.
Which it like if I would have put it like further back, like I would have made my money, but like I guess I just was too obvious where they would take my liquidity at. It wasn't in too much of an obvious area for like the market, the hedge funds
Okay.
just to steal my money. So,
I hear you. But look, this is the thing, right?
yeah.
What do we have right here? What would you call this?
I would call that a BOS, regular structure.
You're right. Now, what's this last buying candle right here? What do we call that?
Starting point?
Starting point. So look, we have a sell zone right up here, right? Now notice, as soon as we get this break of structure to the downside, what does the market start doing?
Building liquidity.
Building liquidity.
Oh, okay.
So
That's right.
if you can't spot liquidity, guys, unfortunately, you are part of it. So
That's a bar.
Oh,
Josiah,
shit.
my boy, you
I'm
were
cooked.
participating in the liquidity,
Oh,
and
shoot.
that is why you had some trouble with this sell zone. Makes sense?
Yeah.
Higher probability is right here. Right?
So-
that is why we had some trouble. But let's go up to a higher time frame. If the market does want to continue selling down to this buy, right? Because we necessarily don't have any buy confirmations just yet. And the market looks like it was creating equal lows. We do have liquidity right here. Plus that's a fresh zone. Exactly. It is a fresh zone. We do have liquidity being built up right here. Now, check this out. What do we have right here, guys? This happened today, I believe. This is, what's today, 25th, 24th? Am I tripping?
Yeah, 24th.
24th. Okay. Yes, this happened today. All this happened today. So look at this. Guys, on what's the 21st? Let me look at my phone real quick. On the 21st. So last Friday, right? Last Friday, this is 21st. Yes, last Friday, market gave us a break of structure to the downside. Love this, bro. When you just look at charts and just mark up and listen to what the market is doing, man, it's crazy. Friday, the market sells off. Gives us a starting point opportunity. Not only that, it gives me a head and shoulder, which looks like was either barely missed or was an absolute snipe. That was a snipe. Snipe. Crazy. 1 to 3 smacking for sure on both of those setups. But now look what happens. We have another head and shoulder opportunity. We got a BOS of the upside. So let's label this. This is a bullish break of structure. And then the market changes direction and starts going down. Oh my goodness. Change of direction to the downside. Now, with that, we obviously have a 15-minute or a 5-minute starting point here that we had just talked about. But we also have a 1 hour starting point. I'm just going to leave that there right here. That's my last buying candle on the 1 hour time frame that gave us 1, 2, 3, 4 bearish candles that gave us our change of direction. Does that make sense, Josiah?
Yeah. So which one will be respected, the 5-minute starting point or the 1 hour starting point?
So that's where risk to reward comes in, because you and I don't know.
Okay. So so
know,
we do a test trade, like you said. And then the hour we do another. Okay.
Clicking moments. My boy's getting clicking moments.
Bet.
You know, when the cheeser is going from ear to ear, you're like,
Bro, I'm a
bet,
sponge right now, bro. Telling you.
bet. Good shit, bro. But for me personally, I never look for anything lower than the 1 hour. So if I can see this right here on the 1 hour, that's what I'm using, right? Because knowing we have a 5-minute starting point or a 15-minute, the market can possibly manipulate us. We might have a zone right here. We take this opportunity, maybe it builds liquidity, and then we go higher. Now, when that happens, you may take a loss here, and that's okay, right? Because we're using our risk to reward, and we are test trading. Why are we test trading, Josiah? Because technically we haven't gotten our sell confirmation yet. Makes sense? Now, once we get this, technically this trade was a loss, but look at what it did. BOS. So now our change of direction would be here. If the market can give me this change of direction, boom, let's go ahead and continue looking for the sells. This right here is our confirmation. One test trade, second test trade, confirmation, daddy lot. Right? So, and we also have a head and shoulder right here. Boom, head and shoulder. So for me, I like our higher zones. So when you drop down, you were just being a bit too aggressive. And I see why. Like, I can see the structure you were going for, and your eye spotted it. So I don't want to say like, oh, like you're wrong. Like you were spotting the structure, you know? And I get what you're seeing. Oops. I get what you're seeing. You were looking to take some sales off of this, right?
Yeah. I see that starting point right there before that red.
Okay, got you.
Yeah.
And I see that. I understand what you're seeing. But when you're like this is all you can see, bro. I know it, dog, because I was there. I've been there. When you're zoomed in like this, and we zoom in like this, guys, because it's easier to see the detail within this specific section. Right? But when we zoom out, we're like, well, wait, hold up, shit. We're building liquidity right here. Let's zoom out even more, see if there's higher probability a bit higher. Jump up one time. Okay, cool. I know I can wait and be patient for this market here. So sometime tomorrow, I would be looking for the market to give me an entry, maybe for London. I don't know. We set alerts. And for anybody, guys, who has TradingView? Like, who has a TradingView subscription?
I got TradingView.
Give me a 1 if you have a TradingView subscription. Because if you're trading and investing, you guys should have and invest into TradingView for the alerts, right? Not the free version. You're paying for alerts, right? Now, if you guys do not pay for TradingView and you haven't invested into that yet, guys, Levels has 100 alerts. Levels has 100 alerts. So if you guys already have levels, you guys already have 100 alerts. And I'm not saying you have to trade with levels. Like if y'all don't trade like starting point or head and shoulder, I get it. We have smart money with this too, right? In the group. But guys, use the alerts. You can set it up to where the alerts go directly to your phone now, right on the Eovia app. Right on the Eovia app. So Nova, you're waiting for the Black Friday deal, right? That's in November. What are we in? January, February, March, April. We're in April? No, we're in March. April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. You're going to wait 8 months to invest into TradingView. I get it. But now you have 100 alerts starting today. So use them, right? Use them. How do we set an alerts? We need a tutorial. Okay, cool. I got you guys right now. So how do we set an alert on TradingView? Well, we need a horizontal array because we need these numbers right here on the right-hand side. I need that, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and put that line right there. I'm gonna go to alerts, create alert. I'm gonna go to crossing up. And this is why I need this horizontal array for these numbers. So I'm gonna do is 002215 or 0.51. Possible sell on gold. And I need to turn these on. Show pop-up, play sound. Right? And that's if you're on your computer. That way you can hear the alert activate. But once you press create and the market hits this, I can delete this now, right? That's my alert. So once the market comes close and touches my alert, guys, you will be notified. You will be notified, right? How do I set this up? Go to your settings on levels. My alerts, turn that on. If you want to take trades from Orin, which everybody should be taking Orange trades if you are learning levels. Yo, what's up, Zach? I haven't seen you on these calls in a minute, bro. What's up, good, my brother? Zach D. Hart.
Hey,
Let's
what's
go.
up, my boy? What's
Let's
up?
go.
What's good? How are
Hey,
you?
nice to have you, bro. Nice to have you.
Nice to have you, bro.
Appreciate you, big dog.
Yeah.
Right? Guys, Orin has trades on here as well. He looks at everything, Forex, commodities, indices, crypto, stocks. He will give the trade opportunities in here. So if you have this turned on, with everything turned on, whatever he sends out, you will get directly to the Eovia app, along with the Lifeline. If you like to trade with the Lifeline, right, it's another section inside of levels. Turn this on, guys, you have the alerts. So go inside of here, mess with the alerts, and you also have to go into your Eovia website, like inside the website where the back office is, and you need to turn on levels alerts inside of that as well. So make sure you guys do that, because if you guys don't turn it on inside the Eovia website, you will not get these alerts even if you turn this on. So that's super, super important. Well, let's go back. Oh, not to Lifeline. Let's go back. But let's go ahead and look at some opportunities real quick. We got a couple minutes. Let's look at some stocks. I know a lot of us don't trade stocks, but same rules apply. Let's just look at some till they pop out. Till it pops out. Man, you know, a lot of let me see, is Tesla on here? We don't have, I thought we had Tessie.
Yo, Beanie,
What up?
why are the imbalance like form?
In
It's
stocks,
the-
bro? In stocks, see it down. What was that, bro?
It is in my bad.
No, you're good. All right, anyways. And some of these stocks, guys, the imbalances are freaking crazy, right? I'm not sure. Let's go to Alibaba or whatever the case, Amazon, American. Just trying to look for one that had a lot more. Let's drop down to a 4 hour. These don't look that bad, actually, for some reason. There are some that look worse, like crazy bad. like this, right? Just think of this as a red candle, right? If we have lower low, lower high, and you see that the market broke and closed below, you can think of this as a red candle. Right? So it's still an imbalance. It just looks a little bit funky because it's stocks, right? So like because of the open and close of New York, fat imbalances and gaps happen. So yeah, that's just a thing that happens inside of the stock world. Just something to, you know, keep in mind. But when you see stuff like this, that's a red candle. All right, same thing like this, right? We had a change of direction. There is no candle here. But how did the market go from green way up here to red way down here? Think of that as a red candle. Make sense, guys?
Yeah, thank you, bro.
That way it can just clear things up. And this goes on like every chart. It's not just like this because it's on levels. Like some stocks are just like pretty ugly, you know, with the structure. Same thing right here. When we have a break of structure, how do we go from red down here to green way up here? Well, this would be a nice green candle. So just think about it like that, guys.
Yeah. One cool question. Last one. So for me to not become the liquidity, and stop like change from the 1 minute time frame, should I stick to like 5 minute and hour into like the hour time frame, or like what is the best for trading these starting points and like, you know, learning this strategy?
So but you can hop on any time frame, but you just have to first and foremost, you need to study liquidity. Because if you can't identify liquidity, you're just going to continue to get caught.
Okay.
So it doesn't really matter the time frame. You have to be able to see the liquidity, because if you can't, you're just going to continue to participate in every starting point and every head and shoulder when it's literally inside of liquidity. Right? So for me, I like to stick to higher time frames all the way down to the 1 hour. And if I must drop down, I'm never dropping down past the 5. That's for me, right? I'm comfortable in the 5 minute. And that's because I also get fooled and manipulated in the 1 minute. You're playing a game inside of a big game.
Yeah.
You know, so like every setup in the 1 minute is meant to entice you. It's meant to like, hey, there's a sell here, Josiah. Let's go ahead and hop in, buddy. It says your name right on it, big dog. Go ahead and over leverage just a little bit with the 1 to 10 risk to reward, and it's going to be yours at the end of the day. Don't believe that shit, my boy. Don't believe that shit. Continue to stay disciplined on what you've been practicing. And yeah, for me, I never drop down below the 5 if I have to. Same thing like what I talked about the other day, right? If you can see 5 minute liquidity and 5 minute structure, and you go up to the 15 minute, it's usually the same structure. And if you're able to see, let's just go back to gold real quick. If you're able to see the structure and liquidity being built on the 15 minute, then most likely if you jump up to the hour, it's going to be the same structure, right? So if we're looking at this the way we were earlier, right, we have BOS, change of direction. We are looking for possible sales around this area, correct?
Yeah, because we see our starting point.
Now you were on the 5 minute time frame. Let's go to the 5. Can you see this liquidity on the 5 minute time frame, Josiah?
After this session, yeah, I could see it, bro. I could see it. Like I could draw it out right now.
Okay, awesome. Now let's go ahead and just highlight this real quick. If I jump up to because I can see so much structure on the 5, if I jump up to the 15, it's probably going to be the same structure. Okay, so let's jump up.
Just less candles, huh?
Just less candles.
Okay.
Now, because it's still quite a bit of candles and still the same structure, if I jump up to the 1 hour, what do you think it's going to be, Josiah?
This maybe the same, but just less, like way less.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And that makes it easier to read, huh?
1000%, my boy. Clicking moments.
Let's go.
clicking moments. Why?
So-
Why is he having clicking moments, guys? Because he's asking the right questions that he needs for himself. Good shit, Josiah.
Let's go, bro.
Good shit, my
Thank
boy.
you, bro.
Yes, sir. This is why we hop on these calls, because today's call was meant for you, Josiah. And I wasn't even planning on doing stuff like this today. I personally wasn't. So the fact that you're asking questions, it just made this call directly for you. And I hope you're able to get a clicking moment. And, you know, this week you're going to have the upper hand because you're going to be well aware of liquidity.
Yeah.
Right. So good stuff. Anybody have any questions before we hop off this call today? Any questions, guys? Any questions? Let me
Now,
know.
why don't you go ahead and tell them why you do this for us, Vinny?
Bro, because I needed somebody myself, guys. When I first came in, let me go ahead and hop off the share. Right? When I first came into this, guys, everybody was on smart money, right? That's just what it was, and that's okay, right? But everybody was on smart money, and like my brain works slow, bro. Like you can't tell me to, you know, learn the advanced way off the rip. Like I was so confused. I had so many questions. I heard big words I've never even, you know, heard before. And my biggest word before entering trading was kindergarten, right? Like I didn't know what an imbalance was. I didn't know what market manipulation was. You know what I'm saying? So when I found levels, right? Mitigation. I didn't know what mitigation was. Meta who? Metaverse? Maybe. That's a small word. I kind of know what metaverse is, right? But when I got into levels, everything clicked for me. But the thing is, I was the only one trading levels inside of Powerhouse. But that didn't stop me from asking questions. That didn't stop me from hopping on Go Live. That didn't stop me from sending in charts in the Powerhouse chat. Even if 90% of Powerhouse or 95% of Powerhouse was still smart money, a lot of levels markups and smart money markups look very, very similar. So that gave me a lot of confidence, but I still needed help and guidance, but nobody can help me. So I took it upon myself to get on the calls with Oren twice a day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, asked my questions, and I was able to get guidance from Oren. But I got guidance like 2 years in, guys. So for a whole 2 years, I was struggling to understand, and I was getting better piece by piece by piece. And that's good. Like you're getting better, right? But it's still like when you can feel you're on, just like, bro, if I can just get a little bit more mentorship and a little bit more guidance, bro, everything is going to start to snowball. And these piece by piece is going to start being leaps by leaps by leaps. Does that make sense? That's why I do these calls for you, because I know I needed them bad. When I felt like I was on the urge of like, bro, I'm literally right here, dog. Like, I know I'm missing like one or two things. Maybe it's psychology, maybe it's understanding the risk to reward aspect. I needed somebody, and I'm glad to be that person for you guys. So take advantage, guys. Ask your questions, send in your charts. Whoever needs one-on-one help, DM me. I'm always willing to work. I can do group chats or I'm sorry, group Zooms with your city, with your state. I'm always willing to help you guys because I know I needed that shit bad. So if you guys are looking for extra help and you guys feel like you guys are on the verge, you guys need a little bit more guidance, guys, hit me up. I'm always willing to work with you guys. But that's why I do this, guys. And I enjoy it. I like hopping on these calls every Monday and Friday, you know, getting you guys ready mentally with the setups, you know, at the start of the week. And then we can go ahead and recap the moves that we are participating in, whether there were wins or losses, and we can talk about why they worked out and why they didn't, right? But I know for me, I needed that so bad, bro. You know, like, why did this trade work out? Why didn't this work out? Like, God. And it was funny because in Arizona, we had a convention in Arizona, and I was telling my boys Gonzalo and Jose, if they're on the call, they definitely know this. But I was on that trip, and I'm like, bro, like I need more one-on-one mentorship from Oren, bro. Like I need it. I know I'm so close to popping, and if I can get some one-on-one mentorship, like it's gonna be game over. Like I already know it. I felt it, and literally the next week, I asked Oren if we can hop on a one-on-one, and he was more than happy to hop on a one-on-one. And from there, we just continued to work, and we're still working to this day. He's the one who we talked in Mexico and Monterrey at the convention out there, and he was the one who was like, "Yo, it's time to get you on Go Live. It's time to put you in that educator suit and take these flicks." You know what I'm saying? So, guys, it all starts with just one thing, and it's all about the snowball effect. So I implemented Vinny's help with my team, and I have already been seeing improvement with the squad. Shout out to you, Reggie. I know things like that isn't easy. You're guiding multiple people with different. They're in different phases in their trading career right now. And just shout out to you for reaching out, bro, because you don't have to do this stuff alone. You have everybody here who's willing to help you if you're ready to ask for the help. So shout out to you, my boy. I'm glad everybody is starting to see some results and seeing growth overall. And yeah, I'm happy for you, bro. So shout out to you guys. Appreciate you guys for hopping on. 40 of y'all, which is pretty fire. Appreciate you guys for hopping on. Continue to backtest and get better. Don't wait for me and Neri to do this stuff for you. Get your hands dirty, send in the charts, get feedback so we can all lock in and catch these bags together. Trade responsibly this week, guys. If you need help, DM me your charts so we can go ahead and lock in. But I will see you guys on Friday. Let's get it, fam. Thank you.
Thank you, bro.
Dude, bro. Thank you.
Yes, sir.